Hi y'all, it's Andrea over at Sewspire.com, and today I am here to show you how to make a simple traveler's wallet using non-fraying materials such as this faux leather ribbon that you can find at Hobby Lobby, and it comes in all different kinds of colors and prints. So this wallet, like the traveler's wallet, has a snap flap closure, and mine measures 3 inches by 4 inches, and on the exterior will be one piece of the faux leather, and then on the interior I have a piece of the royal blue felt. And so what I want to do is go ahead and install my snap closure, at least 3/4 of my snap closure on that piece of felt, because I do not want to see the decorative head of these snaps because it's white, and I feel like that will clash with this leather. And so I'm just going to pull out the pieces that I need for that snap, and I just install mine with a small hammer and cutting board, and I'm going to come down approximately 1 inch at center to install this, and I just poke those prongs through, and then if you happen to have a little turning stick, that will save your fingers, and then the female portion of that sits nice and flush on those prongs, and then I use a small hammer, and then I put in that male portion and a little tap on. And oftentimes I will double dip and go ahead and use 2 of the decorative heads. So now I have my snap in place there, so that'll be hidden on the inside, and then I'm going to go ahead and position that faux leather trim, which will be on the exterior, right on top of that. And then I want to stitch all the way around 3 sides. And then inevitably I find that the materials always shift regardless of how well I line that up. So the solution to that is to come back in after you have top stitched with your clear ruler and just trim that up nice and neat. And then because this is non-fraying fabric, you can get in really close to that stitch line. And so now the flap is complete, and we're going to start working on assembling the pockets for the interior. So the interior of this measures the same width as the ribbon, which is 8 inches, and then I cut that 11 inches long. And then what I did here was fold that main piece of felt in half, and then I clipped right at center a little pen slip. But because I felt like that wasn't very well defined, I threaded a little 3/4 inch piece of the felt in a contrasting color right through the middle of there, so I can see where to slip the pen, and plus that adds a nice pop of color. So what I want to do now is just stitch along that yellow to secure that accent piece and reinforce the sides of that pen slip. Okay, so now I have the main interior panel set up and ready for the pockets, which I have 2 of the faux leather, and then 2 of the heavy duty felt, and the felt pieces measure 3 3/4 by 8 inches, and the faux leather measures 3.5 by 8 inches. And so I want to align the leather right on top of that felt, and it's just a peep of felt across the top there, and that is multi-purpose. One, for a little accent color to draw your eye in, and two, to create a slip pocket behind these card pockets. And then what I like to do is on the underside of the felt, which you will not see, I like to mark in 2 3/4 inches from each side, and that allows me to know where to divide these pockets, and that's going to create 3 slip pockets for cards on each side. And I want to say a special thanks to my friend Gloria. She is also a Sewspire patron. She sent me this adorable tin of clips, and it has a sweet little lid there. She said she wanted me to have more than enough clips for my projects, and they certainly are coming in handy for this project because you cannot pin through this faux leather with ease. So special thank you to Gloria. You are super sweet for thinking of me, and every time I work with these clips, I get the pleasure of thinking of you. So once you have your pocket set up with the card lines drawn on the back and the felt just peeping up a smidgen over the top of the pocket, then you can put that up on the machine, and I work from the bottom edge first and stitch along those edges to divide the pocket. And this is what the pockets look like once they are divided. And so now I want to bring back over my interior with the pen slip, and I'm going to position those pockets on each end there. And that's what that looks like on the inside. And then on the reverse side, exterior is an 8" by 11" piece of the faux ribbon. And I do want to mention, even though this says it's 8 inches, on my mat it measures 8¼ inches. So if you're cutting from cork, say, or vinyl, go ahead and cut that 8¼ If you're working with a faux ribbon, just go with the actual width of that ribbon as you roll it off. So the faux leather is going to go right on the back, and you have your interior and your back, looks like that. And I'm going to align that all. And I think it's really pretty with the contrasting felt on the inside there. And it's going to be nice too from the side to see that pop of color. And so now we need to tuck the flap closure in between the felt and the leather at that center card pocket on the right hand side. What that looks like. And then you could do a little test fit on that and make sure that your flap is in fact long enough. And you can see why I wanted to hide that snap under there. It just wouldn't look very pretty, that white on there. And I have one I'll hold up for you. I don't think anyways. I don't know. I mean, it might be okay. I just didn't want to see the snap on there. I think this pattern on the leather is gorgeous, and so I wanted to be able to focus on that. So the snap is in place on the flap, but now I need to be able to mark and determine where I should install that snap on the underside before I sew it all together, because I don't want to have to press those prongs through all of these layers. So I'm just going to mark the area where that snap should come back up, and because I haven't sewn everything together, if I need to, I can readjust the flap a bit there. And I do think I'm going to double dip and use another one of the decorative heads, because this wider part of the head is going to offer a lot more stability as I snap and unsnap that over time. So I'm just peeking up that faux leather only and pushing that snap under to the area which I've marked, and the prongs will come through that single leather layer of leather, no problem. And then I lay that flap on top of that and align the snap with the prongs, and you'll know it's aligned because there won't be any wiggle there. And then I just give that a few good whacks. Okay, and then once you're confident that your snap has been installed securely, then you are ready to top stitch all the way around the wallet to secure all the various layers. Super duper cute. And over time, as you use this, that spine is going to become more supple there, and you'll see that everything softens up and takes the shape of its contents. And then you have the full length pockets for passports, checkbook, cash, notes, even shopping lists. If you find the appropriate size notebook, you could even put a notebook in this and it would be a true traveler's wallet. So I hope you enjoyed that project. It was my absolute pleasure to create for you. I am working on a really fun, whimsical design for next week. I have this vision of a giant felt flower on a basic tote bag. So we'll see if I can pull that off. I am cutting out the petals this week and hoping that it's not too labor intensive. So if not next Tuesday, the Tuesday after that, but I will be back a week from today with something fun for you. All right. So as always, please know the creative genius in me will be celebrating the creative genius in you. Have a beautiful week, everyone.